Well met, Arisen. I'll not waste time on rhetoric. Defeat me, and take my place as keeper of this world. You saw it awaiting you at the end of your descent. Aye, the same world you've traveled to arrive at this place. A world you may well now inherit. It is a simple proposition, no different than any you've faced. You need only the will to claim what is offered you. The will to survive. Yes, fight, Arisen, as you e'er have fought in coming here. What is it that impels you? What force spurs you on? What sustained your wanderings and led you here? I ask, what is it that makes you alive? 'Tis volition, unbending will. You are here because you willed it, Arisen. That alone has brought you here. Consider the infinite potential. Just as you call forth pawns, so I command all life into existence. Call it divine creation if you must, but expect none of the mercy men seek in their gods. This is cold truth, the unbending reality of a world without compassion. The world and all its denizens are but empty vessels. In that regard, no different than the pawns. Without volition, there is no true life. The world falls stagnant, dead as an ocean with no current to guide it. That volition is tempered by the struggle for survival. The decision, just like yours, to fight. Just as the pawns need a master's command, so the world thirsts for the will to live. Let us continue, Arisen. Show that you are more than an empty vessel, animated by forces unseen. Show that the temper of your soul is strong enough to command far more than mere pawns. Show that your will is fit to bind the fraying circle of this world and hold it fast. Fight tooth and claw, struggle now and cling to life. Show that living holds worth enough to fight for! It is time to decide. Will you claim your right as Arisen? Or shrug the burden and seek peace in oblivion? Just so. One foot after the next, come what may. That is what it means to live. Turn back now, and I will grant you a merciful death. The choice is yours, Arisen. Yours alone. 'Tis a simple choice, Arisen. Step forward or retreat. Accept the quiet emptiness of a false peace, a false life.
There is naught to be gained from my words now. Indeed, heed no voice but your own.
You're not without a heart? Why? What is it drives you so?
My! 'Tis too great an honor for one of my stature.
Why is this hesitation?
This is your answer, then.
I would beg you rest a while instead.
Goodbye. I was always so afraid. You seemed ever like... All I asked was to be at the side of those I loved. All I ever asked.
You are close now. So very close to me.
Come, Arisen. I shall meet you on your own terms, joined by my own companions of old. You stand now at its end, Arisen. See your journey through.
Stoke the flame of your will to speak. To be victorious. Temper your soul in its heat.
Lest we watch and wait.
Forge of my heart grows cold. World shifts. It's an ever-turning wheel, perfect beyond comparison. I stand and see, as you may come to stand in turn.
Watch its attacks!
My will that urges time onward through eternity. Prove the temper of our will.
Lest we watch and wait. Against that foe. Watch its attacks!
It repeats upon itself, that all the world may repeat with it. And so the cycle continues.
I cannot take much more!
It's a fight. It repeats upon itself, that all the world may repeat. And so the cycle continues. Forever and ever.
Lest we watch and wait!
It's a fight. It repeats upon itself, that all the world may repeat. And so the cycle continues. Forever and ever.
Lest we watch and wait!
It's a fight. It repeats upon itself, that all the world may repeat. And so the cycle continues. Forever and ever.
Arisen, forgive me. All I've done was to test your will. It is the fate of all Arisen. You and I are swept up in the current, same as the rest. Each tempers the volition of the next, and the endless cycle continues. And so, until the coming of a new soul fit to craft the will to live, someone like you. Until that day, may you guide the world ever justly. I present you with the Godsbane blade. Those who arise to oversee this world are undying, save by this brand's kiss. I ask that you, as the world's new senescal, use it now to vouchsafe freedom to your weary servant.
Rifts are but gateways linking distant places.
New crowns. The fire of my life is spent in guttering. If there is aught you wish to know, my knowledge as my all. The senescal is steward to the world. The world you traveled now rests in your care. Just as the Arisen calls pawn into being and sets them to motion, the senescal holds dominion over all living things. There are those who would call such a being Maker or God. I cannot deny the claim any more than affirm it. In the end, they are but words. Call it what you will. Such is the office I have served, just as those before me and you beyond unto eternity. New crown. The fire, if there is aught you wish to, my knowledge as my... The pawns exist astride the rift. They speak of a multitude of worlds, limitless in span and lost to time. These worlds extend just as a ring lacks start and end. So this world, if it does, we are prisoners of unpassing time, wandering on an end. New crown. The fire of my life. If there is aught, my knowledge as my all. Aye, there is life in the world, but such is a death akin to that of pawn. They appear in this world and vanish. As so it is with all that live. In time, you will come to see it happen under each beast, each blade of grass, not lasts forever. If there is aught you wish, my knowledge as my all. Will is that which led you to this place. And that which, along the endless string of life, and they yearn for some... They are the Arisen. And so the dragon is sent into the world to guide the Arisen, and refine them, to temper their wills into aught capable of system. And so the cycle of... New crown. If there is aught you wish to know afore my death. Mourn me not. For I welcome the release. At long last, I am free of eternity, of infinity, free of the cruel, unending ring.
Is it over? I don't know what you were wrapped up in, but it must have been something grand. And the world's a different place for it. Though I'm sure we'll still manage brilliantly, you and I.